A new titanium American Express card, a Chase offer that's pretty large, will be coming to an end very soon, and I've got a very interesting story as it relates to spending inheritance money with other family members. That and a lot more on this week's edition of the Weekly Pointers News Update. I'm Brandon Boyd with The Brandon Boyd Show. Thank you so much for watching. In these episodes that come out every Sunday evening, or at least when I'm not traveling, they come out every Sunday evening, my goal is to catch you up on all the news you may have missed regarding credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and everything in between. Super simple to follow along. On one side of the screen, you will see a list of topics with a timer down below and timestamps down in the description below. If you do find this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notifications for alerts, and keep in mind, if you're interested in any cards mentioned in today's video, or any card for that matter, make sure you apply using my referral link down in the description below. And when you apply using that referral link, it greatly helps support the channel, and I can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. We've got some big stories this week, including some really dramatic video from an Alaska Airlines flight where one of the windows blew open mid-flight. Yeah, a little bit scary, and we're gonna end the show on a really good food deal as well that should coincide with some of those New Year's resolutions to get in better shape. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. First things first, this is your public service announcement reminder to activate the offers on your Chase Freedom cards. Now, as you're aware, with the Freedom Flex card, up to $1,500 in a given quarter, Chase dictates you can earn 5 times points in particular spend categories up to that dollar amount. And for Q1 of 2024, that's grocery stores, fitness clubs, and gym memberships, again coinciding with those New Year's resolutions, I'm sure, as well as self-care and spa services. Make sure that you go into the app and activate these offers before you start spending on this card in those particular categories. I can't tell you how many times we hear stories about people that forget to do this. Make sure that you pause the video or keep watching it, whatever you want to do, but make sure you open your Chase app soon, activate those offers, and make sure you're earning 5 times points. The $90K offer on the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card is coming to an end very soon, and I hate to see it go. So Chase has made affiliates aware that at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 18th, 2024, this offer will be removed. Now keep in mind, there have been cases in the past where sometimes they will remove this a day ahead of time. I don't make those rules. I'm not the one that pulls the offers. That's just what happens. So if you're interested in that card, make sure you take advantage now. Don't wait until that deadline date. Go ahead and take advantage if you qualify right now. It's a no annual fee card, and it's a great catch-all card because you can earn 1.5 times points on unlimited spend with the card, hence the name Chase Ink Unlimited. So this is a great card, huge offer. If you're thinking about taking advantage of this, make sure you do it before that deadline. Chase has announced that they will begin allowing cross referrals for 2 of their most popular cards. In particular, I'm talking about the Chase Sapphire Reserve and Chase Sapphire Preferred card. So someone with a Sapphire Reserve card can now refer a friend to either the Sapphire Reserve or Sapphire Preferred card. So again, if you have one or the other, you can refer to that other card now. This is something that Chase fans have been looking for quite a while, and this should just make it easier to rack up some more referral offers. Let me know if you plan on taking advantage of this one down in the comments below. Now, there have been rumors swirling over the last few weeks around American Express and the possibility that they could add another premium card to their lineup. This one, a titanium card. So just to give you an example, a poster online says that they have information from someone that works at American Express headquarters. And what they are saying is that Amex is planning to launch a titanium product to sit in between Platinum and Centurion. Now, according to this person, the annual fee, of course, would be higher than the Platinum. It would include unlimited Centurion Lounge and Sky Club access. And then it would give Amex a means to begin limiting Centurion Lounge access for Platinum cardholders in 2025 and 2026. They're also stating that Platinum cardholders who spent over $75,000 in the last year would be automatically invited to apply for this card. I'm telling you, this sounds like a move from Apple, right? They just came out with their new iPhones, marketed as titanium, right? If you go into an Apple store, you'll see titanium on the wall. It must be the new hip thing. But hey, who wouldn't want a titanium card? It sounds really cool. I know I like to show off my Platinum card, I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested to see what comes from all these rumors. Now, a lot of times when we see rumors like this swirling around, something does end up coming to fruition. Let me know if this is a card that you would be interested in, or if you're just like, who cares about a titanium card? Or if you're like me and you're like, ooh, shiny titanium, I need it right now. And of course, there's a lot more details to come. We don't have a ton right now. These are rumors, but let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. If you haven't seen the video of the Alaska Airlines flight that had a little bit of a malfunction mid-flight? Well, take a look at this. I'm going to talk about this as the video plays in the background. So a Boeing 737 MAX 9 was forced to make an emergency landing moments after takeoff on Friday. It had only made it to about 16,000 feet according to reports. Then a huge hole opened up in the fuselage next to seat 26A. Now fortunately there were nobody sitting in those seats. However, in that same row there was a child. Talk about a frightening flight. As a child, how do you forget that? It might be hard to get them back on a plane in the future. Now, fortunately, the Alaska Airlines flight had not made it to its cruising altitude of more than 30,000 feet. Otherwise, reports are stating that things could have been a lot more dire, with passengers potentially walking around the cabin. Now, there's still a lot of investigation going on with this flight, but let me know if something like this happened to you. Let's say you're not even sitting in those seats. What if you're in the row behind where this happens? Do you kind of clinch up a little bit? I mean, because you got to think, if it happened there, what if it keeps spreading to other parts of the plane? Am I going to get sucked out of the plane? There's a lot of freaky stuff that could happen. And if you're that child in that same row and you turn to your left and you just see a large gaping hole outside of the plane, what do you do? Are you just holding on for dear life? Now, in this case, the parent was holding on to them with a death grip, essentially, making sure they didn't go anywhere. But that's still got to be petrifying. The video is amazing. Let me know your scariest moment in flying. Is there anything remotely close to this happening to you in mid-flight? I highly doubt it, but if you have a good story, share that down below. Yeah, every week on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to share a story as it relates to credit cards, money, finance, travel, and how those intersect into personal relationships, and they usually create some very interesting stories. So every week I try to find a story from online where somebody's posing a question to see if they were in fact in the wrong in a particular scenario as it relates to those topics that I mentioned. Now today we've got a story from someone that had received a large inheritance, and now there's a big rift within this family because of a certain situation that happened regarding this. So I'm going to read the post here and you let me know what you think. So this person says, I'm a 32-year-old female, recently inherited a good amount of money from my mom. I keep the money in a separate account as I still haven't decided what to do with it, and I didn't want it to go to waste. I noticed my husband constantly bringing up the inheritance money and making countless suggestions as to how I should spend it. Another thing is that he expects me to pay for nearly everything the past couple of weeks. Now, it is important to note that this woman did receive the inheritance after her mother battled a sickness for a long time. It was really tough for her, and eventually her mother succumbed to the sickness. So that's where the inheritance came from. Now, back to the story. For New Year's Eve, my husband and I met with his family at a restaurant to celebrate, and it was going fine until I found out that I was expected to pay for everyone at the table. My husband's mom joked about paying for dinner out of my, quote, inheritance pocket, unquote, which made me livid, but I showed no reaction, just silently paid for my own food and drinks. Then I got up and made my way out of the restaurant. They were shouting after me like a crowd, and my husband tried to get me to come back, but I drove home. He got back at 3 a.m. yelling at me, saying I was pathetic to get up and walk out on him and his family after they relied on me to pay for their food and thought I was gracious enough to do it, but they were wrong. He said I humiliated him and family, and that what I did was an attempt to get back at them for not being able to help my mom when she was sick. That is not true at all. That's all I'm going to say. He is mad and saying that I caused a huge rift between his family and me when it wouldn't have hurt me to pay for the celebratory dinner. Now this person is asking if they are in the wrong for causing this huge scene. Now they literally just got up, walked out of the restaurant, and said, I'm not paying. Should the woman in this case at the very least have said, look, I'm not gonna pay for everything. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this money. Can we split the bill? Was she right to just go ahead and walk out after the other family members just assumed, and actually vocally assumed, that she was gonna pay for the meal? So much stuff goes on here when people come into large sums of money. A lot of people come out of the woodworks and assume that they get a little slice of that as well. So who do you think is in the wrong in this situation? Is it the family, or is it this woman in particular, or is it some kind of combination of both? Let me know your thoughts on this, especially if you've been placed in a similar scenario like this where somebody just expected you to pay a large sum of money for something and then you just decided not to do it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And as always on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to end the show on a really good food deal. This week is no exception. This one should correlate really well for those of you that are on a New Year's resolution kick of trying to get in shape and maybe lose weight. This offer comes from Subway. And this one's pretty simple. You can buy any footlong and get 1 footlong for free. When you buy in the app, make sure you use the online code FLBOGO. That's FLBOGO. until January 23rd. This is a great way to kick off any New Year's resolutions that you might have. Unless you're like my 13-year-old son, when he goes to Subway, he eats 2 foot-long sandwiches at a time, which I think defeats the purpose of trying to eat healthy. Like, if you eat twice as much healthy food, isn't that the equivalent of eating one really bad serving of food? I don't know. That's what kind of life I'm living right now. My kids are eating me out of house and home, but let me know if you plan on taking advantage of this one down in the comments below. Well, this has been a really fun episode. We've covered a lot of different topics. We've talked about a titanium card possibly from American Express. We talked about an offer ending soon from Chase, and we also talked about a couple of interesting stories around the Alaska Airlines flight and also the inheritance story. I can't wait to hear what you all think about that. Keep in mind, if you're interested in any cards mentioned in today's video, or any card for that matter, make sure you apply using my referral link down in the description below. When you apply using that referral link, it does greatly help support the channel, and I can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, click, you're gonna get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, free footlong sandwiches, and everything in between, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We'll see you soon.